Hello guys, here another track guide of Sebring for the incoming Sebring 12 hours of iRacing. So we are using BRS weather 2323, 16 kph air, 50% track use, well wind speed I mean, 55% humidity. I managed to do a 59.5 high. I guess probably with more effort you can do a 4 or a 3, but well, I'm having some issues, personal issues, and I really couldn't put the time I would like on this. But let's do the track guide. Hopefully it's helpful for some of you guys. Let's go the straight. 60 for the tire temp. I found this more or less kind of okay for turn 1. I did a small waving on the straights, but I did my old lap flat out. Just on the straights I wave a little bit to hit up a bit the fronts. If not, in turn 1 you lose so much time, especially for qualify. Try to get some tire temp in the fronts, 65 or even more if you can. I think it's helpful. So let's go with the lap flat out, close to the wall. First thing I use is I take care of this yellow line, and later here you see on the wall there is a small angle if you really pay attention. So as soon I pass the yellow line, I lift a little bit and I start to steer, like really when it's the wall there is a small angle, so that is where I start to steer. Take a kind of this as reference, passing the white as my reference. Yellow line, I go a few meters more, and I start to brake into the corner really smooth, don't brake too hard. Also the downshift a bit late, the downshift to 4. Second thing, you go into the corner, not too much steering angle, and you need this trick. You see this cone here, this is the apex. I use this as reference to know where I start to open the throttle, you know, and where is my apex, where I have to aim. So many people doesn't know this, but yeah, this magic cone means the apex and is a pretty good reference. Also you can have these yellow lines a bit as reference, but yeah. We keep braking to help the rotation of the car, and you see we are aiming where is the cone. It's like the apex for us, and here is where the corner starts to open, and I am already on the throttle. So I know already here the corner is ending, so back to the throttle. We exit the corner, use all the track. I will put you full corner together. The car patient and open throttle maximum. Good. Second corner, we keep 4 gear and we brake more or less as soon we go to these cones, the 3 cones more or less. We brake around here a bit early, probably after a few laps, and depends the track conditions. Very easy to lose the rear. So, and this corner is like a late apex. This is the apex we need to aim. So here, as you see, this line we have to take, not turning too early, not too late. Don't hit the curve. We have here a bit of understeer as soon as we press the throttle. And the next, bam, we cut. We keep the throttle for keep the car stable, also keep the speed. And this is, a lot of people do this mistake and lose a lot of time. You need to be really close to the outside. So you need to be sure. I put from outside. You need to be sure. Or maybe you don't need to be this aggressive, but try to have your car like position like around here, you know. Because a lot of people goes to the middle, exit in the other corner, and you get such a bad exit for the straight and you lose so much time. So this is a thing you need to pay attention. try to here cut like animal and try to have a good corner for the next one. So sacrifice a little bit this one to be sure your car has a good position for the next corner. Very important. So recap. Late apex. Here, this is the apex. We have to aim, not touch the curve. And later, play with the throttle. Cut this curve. Keep the throttle. Don't fully lift. And you have the car in a good position for the next corner. Next corner, very difficult. We use the reference the curve. I use the reference the curve, but well, as soon as I land, more or less, it's already just lift, you know. So lift the brakes just a little bit. Depends, but don't brake too hard, or you're gonna lose the rear. Just use the brakes a little bit to help the rotation. And later test it is very complicated. Be patient with the throttle. Patient. And when you see your car is getting straight, you can throttle. I lost a bit of time. I slide the rears. Very complicated. Try to be sure you get a good exit and take care of the tires also. Also, don't put too much steering input on the beginning. You need to be patient. You see, I'm not steering too much till I really see the apex. You see it's here, the end of the corner is this part. You can really see here is where the corner ends. So this is what you have to aim, this part. And when we are there, already throttle, but patient on the exit. I put from the outside, hit cut, and lift. A bit of a slide here, lose a little bit of time, but not too bad. Back straight. Easy to lose time here. So I brake in these three cons. And I do it on second gear. For me it's better for the tires and I get better exit. But it's very easy to go wide, so it's up to you. First gear is not terrible. If you struggle, you can go in first gear. I think it's fine, no end of the world. But if you want, try second gear. I think it's better. There is a small bump right at the end, but it should be fine. You need to be sure you start to release the brakes when you turn in, or you will go straight. So I start to release brakes, release. And we go over the curve a little bit. Also throttle, you need, with these new curves, it's so easy to spin the tires. So you see, keep throttle, but not too much. Just be patient. And when your car starts to be straight, you can go back to full power. Wink. Out into the next one. I brake between this one and this one. A bit complicated corner. I think I missed quite a bit of time. Not too much on this corner. Just be sure you can open the throttle early. You can abuse the exit. It's no problem. And next, this corner is a bit complicated. You can short shift a little bit to third gear. Depends your line. Just be sure you don't steer too much into the left or you will slide the rears. So you need to be a bit precise on this corner. On the left-hander, I mean. It's not too much. As you see, I missed the corner quite a lot. I lost here probably half 10 at least, or even a bit more. But well, I'm a toaster. This corner, I start to brake between this and this. I would say close to the, I would say on the third. Very easy to lose the rear, so be patient, be sure you go to the inside here. As you see, I'm not having inputs here because I brake a bit too early. But I wanted to be sure I made a corner, because you can lose so much time. It's coming a long straight. It's so easy to really spin the car, the tires. So this is one of the most complicated corners. Just be sure you brake early and you don't do a mistake here. Actually, I did a mistake. I went too wide. I lost a little bit of time. The TC kicking, so I lost also quite a lot of time here. Very complicated corner. Just be sure. You see, I take very long to go flat out on the car. I still making a mistake. I had to release the throttle again on the exit, so yeah, it was pretty terrible corner for me. By the way, the off track was in the O-lap. I didn't do any off track on this lap. I put the corner from the outside. Try to hit the curve. Well, not hit the curve, hit the apex, not the curve. And also try to be pretty early on throttle for get a good run. Yeah, you see I lost so much time, the GT3 is cutting my exit. Next, flat out. We're ready. Try to put the car straight. Even this was a bit not optimal for me, because as you see, when I'm braking, I move in the car, but well, was fine. I brake before the 3 cones. Pretty early, before these 3. I start to brake already. Very easy to lose the rear of the car, so 3rd gear. Now with the new 3D curves, you cannot cut fully the curve. You need to keep the 2 tires on the curve, or you will fly. And here you need to play with the throttle a lot. If you go flat out, it's so easy to lose the rear, so you need to play a little bit. As you see, I'm almost not going flat out at any moment. Just already start to lift. And this curve you need to still cut it a little bit and will help you with the rotation. I will put from outside, but this line, try to learn the line. I could even go a bit higher, but also it's not crazy optimal because you get a bit of understeer if you go too much into the curve. The first curve I think is not too much to do, but this one, try to do this line. Keep throttle a little bit. Even sometimes you can cut a little bit more. But yeah, in my case I cut quite a lot and I prepare a good exit for the next one. Again, you cannot go on the inside anymore with the new 3D curves. So try just to get a good exit, very important also for overtakes. Very complicated, but as you see, position your car properly for enter into this left-hander, like here. Steer, turn in very early. Aim to cut the curve. Even you can cut even more. Be sure you keep a bit of throttle. And now here, brake very early, smooth, and start to turn in. Very complicated corner. As you see, I'm almost not braking because it's so easy to lose the car, the rear. And be sure you go early on throttle. Also, so easy to understeer, so you need to be patient with the throttle before you go flat out. And when you see the exit, just floor it. I put all the section at normal speed. Third gear, don't lose the rear. Cut. And as soon you go out of the curve, already turning into the right. And now flat out to the last corner, also a bit complicated. I brake between the 2 cones and the 1 cone. I think on the 2, more or less. Yeah, pretty early, easy to lose the rear, so I go pretty open. And try to be sure you are early on throttle. Look how early I'm on the throttle. I'm already on the throttle. You need to be a bit patient because if you go flat out, it's so easy to lose the rear with these bumps. So you don't want to toast the tires, so see how long I'm just waiting to go flat out till the car is AC, the car is stable. So here maybe it's better a bit from the outside. I go pretty wide, I don't go too much to the inside. For me, it's better go wide, so I'm sure I get a good exit. Just this, I guess, depends. I think some drivers goes a bit more tighter. For me, I prefer this line. Very early on the throttle. And use all the track. And that's the lap. I will do also some lines on the wet to try to help you, since there will be some rain on the 12 hours. That's all. Well, I will push the telemetry and everything, and see you on the wet. Regards. Now I give you a small lap on wet, on track, very wet, very fast, because even I don't know if this is the best lines, but well, let's see. Maybe can help someone. First corner, I use as reference. You see this white line? It moves here. When it's moving here to the right is when I start to brake, and I go just straight. I don't go to the right because it's not grip. Yeah, this is my reference. You see, leaving quite a gap to the outside. And now it's pretty much the same than dry. Using the magic cone for reference. And now what changed quite a lot is the exit. You try to, I keep it tight at least myself. I follow like this yellow line. Try to don't touch too much the yellow line, but and now the exit, you see, I exit on the inside. You need to avoid these paddles here and here. This part is pretty slippery, so try to get a tighter exit. Ooh, look. Let's go. Next, don't brake. Brake a little bit on the inside again. A gap to the inside, to the racing line, I mean. Brake a bit more on the inside. Avoid the outside paddle. You can see it here. I keep it tight. Even I think I went wide a little bit. It's no problem. Go over this paddle. For me, it's still pretty fast, this line. And now here, I go over the curve. Even there is this water splash. The curve has pretty good grip. Way more faster than go around the outside for me. Even you have here this water splash, still pretty good grip. And now here you can see all these paddles. Well, is pretty much just go around this all wet line. You can see it. So you need to avoid this on this corner. All around the outside of this, you see, bam. I'm trying to get a good exit, but not touching this. And also on the exit, don't touch the water splash. Flat out, depends how wet it is though. Here I touch a bit this water, I lost time. Next I brake under the bridge, and I brake on the inside. Like you can see, maybe you can use like, you see this black line. Here, no. Here malo. It's crazy slippery. It's insane. So it's better brake on the inside. So for whatever reason you are on the outside, because traffic or whatever, just you need to brake so early. So just try to brake on the inside if it's possible. And at the end I move to the outside to get a bit of angle. Here I think I did a mistake. Probably would be better just go near to here. I think I went a bit too wide. I think it's just better slow down the car and just go straight on the exit with the correct line. So yeah, here a bit of mistake. Playing with the throttle, avoiding this inside. All around the outside here. Now around the outside again. Here, try to don't touch this. I went a bit wide. As you see, I'm lifting when I going to touch this white line because it's so slippery. So careful. Again, here braking on the inside, from the inside to the outside at the very end. And here we avoid just the inside water splash. I think this white line doesn't work. because so many meters, and also you want to point your car to the next corner. You see, very early my corner really close to the inside, because later, if you are in the outside, here is this big water splash, so you need to force your car, so it's better just prepare your car with a good round corner, and we avoid this inside water splash. Also for the second one, it's pretty big, you see. And now the most dangerous corner of the track in wet is so easy to, your race is over here, so we need to avoid the inside water splash here, and later also we need to avoid the outside. We'll show you more. We avoid this one, and I will say maybe the target is don't go any close to this line to the outside. This is no good, it's just ice and you go to the wall, boom. So try to brake a little bit on the inside, when it's more wet even more. And later I avoid, not sure yet what is the best, but so far I believe avoid this water splash, just slow down and prepare a good exit for the straight. But I'm not sure yet what is the best way to go fast around here. But this is what I do so far. Avoid the outside curve. And now here, pretty tricky. Also interesting corner. Also not 100% sure, but so far I avoid this water splash here on the inside. And I point my car to be as much straight possible to the left-hander. So you have to go over these ones. It's fine as far you don't steer too much and stuff. Is then you can lift a little bit like I'm doing right now, but yeah, I think it's the best is just have your car as much on the right possible, like near to the curve, so you have the best straight possible line for the corner without force the car for the left-hander. Around the outside, wait, pretty slippery, here also pretty slippery, and this corner again braking on the inside. Here I'm not 100% sure, the grip is pretty okay on the inside and the outside. I think here not sure yet what line is the best. I went a bit wide line, but not sure. The grip is pretty okay on the inside if you don't touch the curve. Anyway, I go around the outside, and here I still going over the curve. For me, it's still way faster. Obviously, it depends the water splash, this one, but so far with the curve, if you go on the inside, you can go over it. It's way faster than go around the outside here, because later you have a corner to the right side, so you do so many meters. So far for me, it's better just go on the inside. A bit of slip here, but well, you can manage. This corner pretty much the same than dry line for me. I hit the inside curve. It's just the exit what changed a little bit. You see here is so much water on the outside, so you try to avoid already this water splash, because if you touch it, you will touch the curve later, you will understeer to the curve, and the curve is still very slippery and no traction. So try to go a bit on the inside. Flat out. Here I touch a bit this. I lost time because I'm stupid. But I don't touch this water splash. And the last corner also very slippery. Here I'm already braking a bit too late. But yeah, we aim to the inside. To the inside, because the outside for me is pretty slippery. It's so hard to slow down the car. So for me, I use the inside so far. Like you see, I'm very on the inside compared to my dry line. Keep trying to have the car tighter possible. There is some water splash here, but if you are careful with the throttle, it's pretty much fine. And you see, when I open gas, I start to straight up my wheel. So I can go flat out pretty early, just not forcing the car too much, and this is the lap. Hopefully it's kind of okay. Obviously still need to learn a lot myself about drive on the wet here, but yeah, maybe can help a little bit anyways. Hope you like it, and that's it. Remember, we'll be on Discord, the telemetry, where you can check everything versus yourself, and that's all. Bye bye.